Hello, how are you? My name is Matthew. You are in the moment on this late night, Saturday night, 11th day of April, 10:30. I was going to do like an 11:30 show, then it was an 11 o'clock show, but to be honest with you, Jen and I spent 3.5 hours this afternoon watching The Irishman. Great movie. First time I've seen it from beginning to end. I didn't even get off the couch once. So just exhausted. My eyeballs are sore from watching 3.5 hours of a movie, but a great movie. But I digress. Just going to be in here real quick, 10 minutes tops. This is kind of like a late night plea for assistance, and I'm going to get to that in just a couple of moments. But first, I want to talk about my radio program that's coming up tomorrow. This morning, I had a quick conversation with Andrew Goodsell, who, as of this moment, is in a tent at one of the two remaining designated encampments here in the HRM, Barrington Street encampment just up the road from me, and across the harbor in Dartmouth at the Green Road encampment. So I had a conversation with Andrew Goodsell this morning. You can hear that conversation in its entirety tomorrow morning on Folked Up Radio after the 10 o'clock news on Folked Up Radio with a repeat at 6. And I'll put a link up to where you can hear that on the Folked Up website, Folked Up Radio website. And within the next 48 hours, it will be up on my YouTube channel. So what did we talk about? Well, we quickly talked about his current situation over there. Again, here are the notes, and I share the notes with the individuals that I speak with. So we talked about the current situation over there, and if the volume is okay, please give me a thumbs up. I want to make sure that my audience can hear me. We talked about the change in weather, and looking at the weather right now, as I look at the computer, I always go to what I think is a pretty reliable source, Environment Canada. 0 degrees, chance of rain showers or flurries overnight, 30% chance of flurries tomorrow. Temperature getting up to like 8 degrees tomorrow, down to -1 tomorrow night. And as we look ahead to Monday, periods of rain, showers Monday night, but we're looking at showers and the temperature getting up to 16. That's the highest double-digit temperature that I've seen so far this April. So looking ahead, we have some clouds. We still have some precipitation to get through, but warmer temperatures indeed. So getting back to my conversation with Andrew Goodsell, we do talk about the weather. We're also talking about the tiny home scenario. That is back on the table for Andrew. So we talk about that. We talk about belongings, the math of displacement, which is just us talking about a post that was put up by the Helping End Homelessness in Nova Scotia group. Panel talk, hypothetical, if Andrew's on a panel, who was on the panel with him? And just global news. Is he in touch with what's happening with the rest of the world? As we know, Andrew and everyone that is out there is in survival mode. So an uninterrupted 30-minute conversation with Andrew Goodsell. He's been a guest on my talk radio program. He's been a guest on my live stream. I'm hoping that maybe our paths will cross tomorrow and I can actually have Andrew beside me and do a live stream. But been on the show many times, very, very informative and always a great guest. So Andrew Goodsell is my guest tomorrow. And as I look ahead to having other guests on my show, I reached out to an individual that was put on my radar by Mariah Baker. Mariah sent me a link about this individual who just recently found themselves out of their place of living. Were living in their vehicle with their 2 dogs, I believe, for a week and a half, 2 weeks. They're now back inside 4 walls. So I'm going to be speaking with Lindsay Eagleson. So I reached out to Lindsay, said, hey, this is what I do. If you at any time want to share your story, please get in touch with me. Lindsay did exactly that. So I'll be speaking with Lindsay hopefully next Thursday, and they will be my guest on Truth from the Booth next Sunday. And as I look a little bit further down the calendar, I was speaking with Nick Mulae, who is a paranormal investigator just outside Chicago, Illinois. I'll speak with Nick. I'll have him on my show sometime in May. But towards the end of this month, tentatively, I'll be speaking with Mariah Baker, just to another platform for Mariah to get their story out there on what they are doing. Mariah was here at our apartment last Saturday working on some filming and a documentary about me, and I'll leave that up to Mariah as to the release date of that project because their hands are full and doing a lot of advocating. So just wonderful work. James, hello, how are you? I was telling Mariah, who may be on a bus heading back to their place, that the show was going to be real quick, probably under 10 minutes. I'm at the 6-minute mark. So I just want to, the purpose of this. A few weeks ago, Mariah Baker went to the Africville parking lot where Kay was there with their dog and their camper. They did a video which I believe has like 50,000 views. It was shared 126 times. That being said, Kay is in the exact same situation they were in a couple of weeks ago. They have to move again. So this is a plea for assistance. They have to be out of the location where they're at by Monday. The options that they have are kind of confusing. They're being told that going to the Green Road encampment with their camper is simply not an option, which confuses me because we know that's one of the last 2 designated encampments. It's a huge piece of property on a hill in an open space in Dartmouth, and logistically that's really the only place that RV should go. But it's basically give up your RV and go to the Green Road encampment with a tent. So I can understand why Kay wants to hang on to their RV. That being said, it has to move. So if you know anyone who can A, move this, or B, has some property where they can store it. And I want to quote, I've been speaking with Kay through Messenger this evening before the show just to get their permission to talk about this. And I want to quote from Kay in a message that she shared with me. They are in I'll take what I can get mode. So please, between now and any time tomorrow, if you know of anyone that can help move an RV, get in touch with me. Get in touch with Mariah Baker through a post on our Facebook private message, and we will hopefully be able to get you in touch with Kay. Again, that's why I'm in here this evening. I'm going to close it out here in the next couple of moments, but just a plea for assistance. It's whack-a-mole. People are being chased around by different municipalities and compliance and property owners and yada, yada, yada. So let's find a place for Kay to put this camper for an extended period of time. Not just a week and a half where they have to worry about going someplace else. I can't even imagine the stress of that. So the video that Mariah did with Kay is now up on my Facebook page. So please go look at that. And if you can help out in any way, please do so. Okay, there was a couple other things I wanted to talk about. Nothing of any great significance. The Artemis II, I watched it blast off a few days ago, and I watched it splash down into the Pacific Ocean, the Pacific Ocean. So what was your experience with just witnessing 4 humans going the furthest away from Earth that 4 humans have ever done in our lifetime? So just something cool to be a part of. Okay, Mariah, absolutely, for sure. So I just want to point people in the direction of this is like an ASAP type of situation. The weather's going to be nice tomorrow. I believe it's going to clear in the morning. We should have an afternoon of a mix of sun and cloud. So let's get the ball rolling. Again, 50,000 views, 126 shares, and Kay is in the exact same situation they were in just a couple of weeks ago. So let's find something. Let's find something permanent, and just help release some stress that must come with not knowing who's going to come knocking at your trailer door telling you that you have to move again. Just not fair. Okay, that's going to do it for me. It's a little over 10 minutes. Expect me out and about in the HRM tomorrow. Don't be surprised if I am sitting next to Andrew Goodsell. Hear our conversation tomorrow at 10 o'clock on Truth from the Booth, and later in the week on my YouTube channel. That's going to do it for me. If you're watching this live, appreciate the live views. If you're watching this at your leisure, you know I appreciate that as well. My name is Matthew, and you are currently caught up in the moment.